Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm here to do my review of All the Light We Cannot See. So this was it's the third book of my Normandy book club. We decided to read this one, which is a World War II historical fiction novel. It features Marie-Laure, who is a French girl living in Paris with her father, who works in a museum. And Marie-Laure is blind. So it is just her and her father, and they have a life together that is fairly comfortable. And Marie-Laure's father is a very good father because he's trying to make his daughter be independent even though she's blind. And he has this thing that he does for her, which is he makes these little maquettes where she can run her fingers along them and she can sort of visualize the neighborhood where they live. But he also teaches her to be able to go out on her own and find places, by counting her steps, listening for things, counting the drain pipes, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's character number one that's really important, is Marie-Laure. And the second one is Werner. And Werner is a young boy living in an orphanage in Germany with his sister. I think his sister's name is Jutta. And the orphanage is being run by a Strasbourgeois, which is, back in World War II, the French who consider French today, who live in Strasbourg, back in the day were considered to be German. So there's this young woman, Fräulein, I can't remember, Hélène or something like that. She is taking care of these children in this orphanage. And Werner has this thing looming over him, is that their father died working in the mines in their town. And his fear is that when he turns 15, he will be sent to go and work in the mines. And he just doesn't want to do that. He is very fearful. So that's pretty much sort of the beginning of the story. I mean, there's many other things that happen, but that's just to give you a little flavor, okay? So now let's get to some of the nitty gritty. Okay, I know this book is, historical fiction, so things aren't going to be exactly right. But I felt like there were some things that were put on show that are not exactly right. And they kind of bothered me. One of them is the house that they live in Saint-Malo. And this is Saint-Malo. It's a town in western France. It's a walled city. This is the walled old city of Saint-Malo. There is part of the city that's outside, but this is the original Saint-Malo. And I've been there many times because I have a friend who lives there, and I go there and visit her fairly frequently. And so when I heard the description of the house, I was like, dude, you didn't even try on this one. Anyway, there was that. And then there were a lot of other things that I did not particularly care for in this book. I found that, the short chapters got you through the book a bit quicker because this book is 530 pages. But it also had a way of taking you out of the incident that you had just read in the chapter, so you're sort of like into something and then you just get ripped out because you go to the next, you turn the page and it's another chapter. So that didn't particularly work for me in the right way. I mean, it worked for me to turn the pages, but it didn't keep me, I would say, in the story. Another thing is he overwrites like mad. He needs to just tone it down a smidgen. His writing is fantastic. No need to overwrite, okay? No need to overwrite. That kind of got on my nerves after a while. And another thing that was kind of weird were his metaphors. Okay, now there was one metaphor, because we talked about this. Somebody said, oh my God, he has the weirdest metaphors. And the member of my book club, she had picked out exactly the same one that I picked out. I'm going to read it to you. It's on page 121. A second omelet soon appears. Now it is her father who eats quickly. How about peaches, dear? Murmurs Madame Manette, and Marie-Laure can hear a can opening, juice slopping into a bowl. Seconds later, she's eating wedges of wet sunlight. Wedges of wet sunlight? Okay, that's where I'm going to go over, and also to say is that there's some bits in this book are a little bit sappy on the cliche side of things. And I think that was what is another thing that turned me off, because sometimes he would do the serious, intense extremely well, and then he would turn the page 3 pages later and there he was in the sappy cliche of things. And you know, like, so I felt like he was writing a story and ticking the boxes. Let's make sure I have all of these characteristics in this World War II story. Nasty, mean Germans, check. Good French people, check. You know, just, you know, the typical things that you expect in this kind of story. I felt like they were being checked off the list as I was reading along. So yeah, no, this was not a favorite of mine in particular. I'm sorry, guys. Nah. You know, I feel like there was also another thing is the story around the stone, the precious stone. This whole story, I felt like could have been left out, because I felt more fear of them getting caught for doing, you know, something else, I'm not going to say what, than this stone. So I felt like if you took out the stone, you took out the overwriting, you might have had 100 pages left, and you maybe would have had a tighter, better book, and get rid of a little bit of the sappiness. And I think you would have had a tighter, better book, in my opinion. This was a Pulitzer Prize winner. I think it was actually the year that it came out. I don't remember when that was. When was that? 2014. So yeah, I've read another Pulitzer Prize winner. Do I feel like it's a Pulitzer Prize winner? I don't know. I would say no, in my opinion. But, you know, I know people are going to disagree with me on this, but that's fine. That's why we're here, to discuss. So that's it. That's all I have for you on this book. Yeah, let me know what you thought. You know, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Tell me what you think. Yeah, let's talk about it. So I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.